See, many of us, we may not even realize that we have what I'm about to discuss today. If you've ever had to leave a job, an employer, or a pension, you may come across a LIRA. You see, a LIRA is like a container. When you leave your job, either you got terminated or you got laid off, your employer will put that employer pension plan into a container known as a LIRA. You can't touch a LIRA. The only way that you can touch a LIRA is during retirement or when you are at a certain age in which it must be converted to retirement income. But here is the big deal. You see, many Canadians, they have $3 billion in unclaimed pensions. And many of us, we don't even know that we have a pension pot. But I'm telling you, if you were the type of person that have changed careers multiple times with different employers throughout your life, chances are that you may have a pension pot in which your former employers have managed to empty the pension into a LIRA, for example. And the reason why it is so important to know how to manage a LIRA, because if you manage a LIRA properly, you can basically align the LIRA with your retirement goals or your ideal lifestyle. And this is why I'm going to be showing you today how to go about managing your LIRA, what to look for, and when you may want to unlock a LIRA, right? But first, if you haven't met me before, my name is Leon Mann. I'm a licensed wealth consultant with Money Assist Financial. And what I do, I help hardworking folks such as you add an additional multiple 6 to 7 figures to your retirement portfolio. How I'm able to do this is by providing a free, no obligation financial guideline for you to basically be able to map out the type of lifestyle that you would like to lead when you are in retirement. It's basically like a GPS that shows you where you need to go, right? In order to have the desired lifestyle that you would like. Locked-in accounts, much like a LIRA, they usually come from pensions, for example, right? For example, you may have a defined benefit plan or you may have a defined contribution plan. If you're lucky enough to have a defined benefit plan, for example, when the employer promises you to pay you a fixed salary for life after you retire, then you're probably set for life, right? Because teachers, they have a defined benefit plan where the employer will promise them they're gonna have a guaranteed salary after they retire for life. Then you're in a sweet spot. Unfortunately, most of us, we only have a defined contribution plan. And the problem with a defined contribution plan is that how much you're going to be paid out or how much your pension is going to be in retirement will be dependent on the performance of the investments that you have inside. And if you don't know how to manage it well, for example, especially if you have a pension pot or a LIRA lying around, then you may not have the retirement income that you would need. A LIRA works much like a registered savings plans, except you have restrictions, right? As I mentioned, you cannot touch the funds inside a LIRA until you are 55 years of age and above in Ontario, in which you must convert this into an income source. Couple of benefits with regards to a LIRA. Number one is that anything inside grows tax deferred, meaning that you're not going to be taxed when your investments inside grow, for example, right? You're only going to be taxed when it is converted to income, and by that time, the tax are going to be minimized, right, in terms of the income that is coming in. And another good thing about this LIRA is that you can control the investments that you put into it. You can put any investment except crypto. For example, you can put things like GICs, you can put things like segregated funds, you can put things like stocks inside a LIRA. What I did, I basically was able to transfer my LIRA into a self-directed investment account, which I was able to basically set up a portfolio, right, that I currently have in which I control the investments and I'm able to control the outcome with regards to the track record of these investments. So I have a nice portfolio built up, and you can do the same thing. Now, when can you touch a LIRA? As I was mentioning, you can touch a LIRA when you're 55 years and above, especially within Ontario, and you have a couple options. Number one, you can convert it into a LIF or a life income fund in which you're able to receive like a stream of income during retirement. Second thing is you can convert a LIRA into an annuity. And how an annuity works is it's another stream of income, much like a LIF that will pay you out a fixed amount every single month for life. And there are maximums and there are minimums. The reason for this is that you don't want to deplete, for example, your retirement savings. So it comes out according to how much that you have within it. If you have more, then there'll be a higher maximum. There are exceptions to the rules, in other words, right? Where you can unlock it a lot sooner than 55. Number one is if you are going through financial hardship, for example, and you can't make ends meet, then you can unlock the funds in a LIRA. And how to go about doing this is you have to fill out some applications forms online, and also you have to get it signed by a lawyer and have it notarized. But as you can see, there is a process in order to unlock a LIRA. So that's the first thing, is financial hardship. The second thing is if your life expectancy has been cut short. If you found out you had a terminal illness, you only have so and so much years to live, you're also allowed to unlock a LIRA. The third thing is if you are considering leaving the country permanently, in which case you can take out your funds and then you're allowed to leave the country permanently, for example, right? Now, why is this so important? Well, a pension occupies so much of your retirement income, right? Because you spend so much of your time working, you have it built up. And if you have a good pension or a LIRA actually that you want to convert into retirement income, you can basically have a reliable source of income during your retirement years that can last you a while, for example, right? So it's always a good idea to know how to align your retirement goals with your pension and how to basically plan for the future. What I'm able to do, I'm able to help my clients set it up so that it will set them up for life to have a comfortable and decent retirement. So this concludes the presentation. By the way, show some love. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's free to subscribe. Hit the bell notification. Every time I post a new video, you will receive a new video of this choice. So I thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, peace and love. Take care.